The Canine Paradox, mastering the art of opposites to unlock your dog's true potential. Have you ever felt like your dog is a walking contradiction? One moment, they're bold and adventurous, and the next, they're hiding behind you. They crave attention at home but freeze up in new settings. These puzzling behaviors aren't signs of confusion, they're clues. Hidden within these contradictions lies the secret to unlocking your dog's confidence, focus, and joy. In the Canine Paradox, you'll discover how the opposing forces within your dog's behavior, fear versus curiosity, excitement versus calm, attachment versus independence, aren't problems to fix, but opportunities to grow. Drawing on insights from psychology, nature, and real-life stories, this book reveals a groundbreaking approach to dog training that transforms challenges into connections. Through the lens of Carl Jung's union of opposites and lessons from nature's harmony, you'll learn how to guide your dog toward balance, teaching them to embrace their natural instincts while cultivating confidence and trust. Meet Emma and Scout, who turned fear into curiosity, and Alex and Bella, who bridged the gap between comfort and exploration. Their journeys will inspire you to see your dog's quirks as gifts waiting to be unlocked. You'll also gain practical tools. Observe and balance. Learn to recognize your dog's unique polarities through simple daily routines. The 3Ds framework. Gradually build your dog's confidence in new settings by managing distance, distraction, and duration. Transform challenges. Reframe behaviors like guarding or reactivity into trust-building opportunities. The power of play. Use structured games to teach self-regulation, balance, and joy. Every chapter is packed with relatable examples, actionable exercises, and heartfelt moments that remind you why you fell in love with your dog in the first place. This book isn't just about training. It's a guide to forging a deeper bond with your dog by embracing their complexity. What if your dog's quirks aren't flaws but keys to their full potential? What if you could transform their opposites into harmony and along the way, discover new insights about yourself? The journey to balance starts here. Let the Canine Paradox show you how to unlock a world of possibility, one step, one wag, and one shared moment at a time. Introduction. The puzzle of opposites. Scout was a puzzle. She barked ferociously at the mailman, every hair on her back standing on end, yet her entire demeanor shifted when he crouched to offer her a treat. Her tail wagged furiously, and she nudged his hand for a pat. Emma, her owner, watched the scene play out from the window, utterly baffled. Was Scout aggressive or scared, or was she just confused? If you've ever felt like your dog is a bundle of contradictions, bold one moment, timid the next, you're not alone. From lunging at strangers to curling up beside them, minutes later, these puzzling behaviors can leave even the most seasoned dog owners wondering. But what if these opposites aren't a sign of confusion or a problem to be fixed? What if they're the key to unlocking your dog's true potential? Welcome to the Canine Paradox, where we explore the seemingly opposing forces within your dog's behavior and emotions. These polarities, fear and curiosity, excitement and calm, attachment and independence, aren't flaws or accidents. They're natural parts of your dog's emotional makeup, and incredible things can happen when we learn to embrace and harmonize these opposites. Think of your dog's behavior as a scale. When the scale tips too far in one direction, fear overtaking curiosity or excitement overwhelming calmness, behavioral challenges arise. But when the scale is balanced, a kind of magic happens. Fear and curiosity coexist to build confidence. Excitement is tempered by calm to create focus. Attachment finds its counterpart in independence, fostering trust and security. But balance doesn't come from forcing behaviors or suppressing instincts. It comes from understanding your dog's unique needs, working with their natural tendencies, and helping them confidently navigate the world. In this book, you'll discover how to work with these polarities in a way that transforms your dog's behavior and strengthens the bond you share. Contemplation. Have you ever wondered why your dog could be calm and social with guests at home but become nervous with the same people at a park? Or why they're fearless in the backyard but anxious at the dog park? These contradictions might seem random, but they're anything but. They're part of the canine paradox, and the answers lie in the opposites. What to expect. In this book, we'll explore the science and philosophy behind these polarities, drawing insights from psychology, nature, and real-life dog training. You'll meet dogs like Scout, who balance fear and curiosity to approach strangers for the first time, and Bella, who overcame her anxiety in new places by working with the 3 Ds: distance, distraction, and duration. You'll also learn practical exercises, such as the Familiar Faces, New Places protocol, that you can try at home to help your dog find harmony in their opposites. This isn't just about fixing behaviors. It's about seeing your dog in a whole new light, embracing their quirks as strengths, and building a relationship rooted in understanding and trust. Along the way, you might find that the lessons you learn from your dog's paradoxes apply to your own life, too. Final thought. What if your dog's quirks aren't flaws but clues? Clues that can unlock a deeper understanding of who they are and who you can become together. Let's begin this journey into the canine paradox and discover the harmony hidden in opposites. Part 1. The Canine Paradox: What it is and why it matters. Chapter 1. Understanding the Canine Paradox. Scout was fearless until she wasn't. At home, she confidently charged across the backyard, chasing squirrels as if she owned the world. But at the dog park, her courage evaporated. She lingered near Emma, her owner, tail low and ears pinned back, shying away from other dogs. Emma was puzzled. How can Scout be so bold in one place and so unsure in another? Is something wrong with her? You're not alone if you've ever had moments like this with your dog. Many dog owners experience this duality in their pets: fearless yet fearful, excitable yet calm, clingy yet independent. These opposites can seem confusing, even contradictory. But what if these behaviors weren't signs of confusion or flaws? What if they were the key to understanding your dog and helping them thrive? This is the heart of the canine paradox, the natural coexistence of opposing traits within your dog's emotional and behavioral makeup. Just as humans can be both introverted and extroverted, brave and cautious, dogs also embody a spectrum of behaviors that may appear at odds with one another. These polarities aren't a problem to fix. They make your dog adaptable, resilient, and unique. The power of opposites. Let's break it down. Think about your dog's behavior on a balance scale with 2 opposing traits on either side. For example, fear versus courage. Fear protects your dog from danger, while courage allows them to explore and learn. Excitement versus calm. Excitement fuels play and engagement, but calmness ensures rest and focus. Attachment versus independence. Attachment builds trust and connection, while independence fosters self-confidence. Your dog can navigate the world with confidence and adaptability when these traits are balanced. Fear and curiosity work together to help them approach new situations cautiously yet bravely. Excitement and calm alternate to keep them engaged without becoming overstimulated. Attachment and independence flow back and forth, creating a secure bond with you while allowing them to explore independently. The challenge arises when the scale tips too far in one direction. A dog overwhelmed by fear may struggle to explore or interact with others. A dog with unbridled excitement may find it hard to focus or rest. A dog overly attached may panic when left alone. But the solution isn't to suppress one side of the scale. It's to help your dog integrate their opposites, creating harmony between these forces. A natural design. Dogs' polarities aren't just random quirks, but part of a finely tuned survival mechanism. Think about their wild ancestors who needed caution and boldness to thrive. A wolf hunting for prey must be brave enough to pursue it, but cautious enough to avoid injury. This duality ensured their survival, which remains embedded in your dog's instincts today. Scout's bravery in the backyard and her hesitation at the dog park aren't contradictions, they're adaptations. She feels safe and in control at home, allowing her courageous side to shine. At the park, unfamiliar dogs and scents activate her cautious side, reminding her to assess the situation before engaging. Both behaviors serve a purpose, and both are valuable. Why balance matters. So what does this mean for you and your dog? It means that training isn't about erasing behaviors or forcing submission. It's about understanding the interplay of opposites and helping your dog find balance. Imagine Scout at the dog park. Instead of pushing her to play when she's nervous, Emma could support her by gradually exposing her to the park at a distance where she feels safe, rewarding moments of curiosity. Over time, Scout's courage could grow, balanced by her natural caution. This idea of working with opposites rather than against them forms the foundation of this book. Whether your dog is fearful, excitable, overly attached, or anything in between, embracing the Canine Paradox will help you transform their behavior and deepen your bond. Contemplation. What if your dog's quirks aren't flaws but clues? Clues that reveal how their inner world works and how you can help them thrive. What if balancing fear and curiosity, excitement and calm, or attachment and independence could unlock their true potential and your connection with them? Let's explore this paradox together. In the next chapter, we'll uncover how these polarities align with timeless psychological insights, offering a roadmap for helping your dog achieve balance and for understanding them like never before. Chapter 2. The Psychology of Polarities. Scout was learning to balance her fear and curiosity. At the dog park, she no longer froze by Emma's side. Instead, she would sniff cautiously at the perimeter before venturing closer to the other dogs. Emma marveled at the transformation. What had changed? By supporting Scout's small moments of courage without overwhelming her, Emma had helped her dog integrate her fear with curiosity, unlocking newfound confidence. This interplay of opposites, fear and courage, attachment and independence, might seem simple, but it taps into a profound truth about growth. As Carl Jung, one of psychology's most influential thinkers, once said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." Jung believed that real growth occurs when we reconcile opposing forces within ourselves. The same principle applies to our dogs. The union of opposites. Carl Jung's concept of the union of opposites forms the cornerstone of his work in psychology. He observed that within every human psyche lies a series of polarities: introversion versus extroversion, strength versus vulnerability, ambition versus contentment. These opposing forces create tension, but rather than viewing this tension as a problem, Jung saw it as an opportunity. We grow into a complete version of ourselves when we embrace and integrate both sides. For example, someone who reconciles their desire for independence with their need for connection can form healthier relationships. Similarly, a person who balances ambition with contentment can strive for success without sacrificing inner peace. Jung referred to this process as individuation, a journey towards self-realization. Dogs, though not introspective in the human sense, experience similar dynamics. Their behaviors are driven by instincts that often seem at odds. A dog might cling to their owner for security in one moment and dash away with bold independence the next. This isn't confusion, it's the natural tension of opposites at work. Applying Jung's insights to dogs. How does Jung's philosophy help us understand and train our dogs? Let's consider a few examples. Fear versus curiosity. An entirely fearless dog might act recklessly, putting themselves in danger. A dog ruled by fear may withdraw, missing opportunities for growth. But when fear and curiosity are balanced, the dog learns to explore cautiously, approaching new situations with growing confidence. Training tip: gradual exposure to mildly stressful situations, paired with rewards for brave behaviors, allows fear and curiosity to coexist. Attachment versus independence. Over-attachment can lead to separation anxiety, while too much independence may signal detachment or distrust. A healthy balance allows the dog to feel secure when alone, while remaining bonded to their owner. Training tip. Building independence through short separations with positive distractions, e.g., toys or treats, helps the dog feel safe in both states, excitement versus calm. Overexcitement can lead to reactivity, while excessive calmness may indicate low engagement or lethargy. The balance between these states enables the dog to participate actively in life without becoming overwhelmed. Training tip. Alternating high-energy activities like fetch with calming commands like sit or down teaches the dog to transition smoothly between states. Jung's insight into opposites reminds us that the key to growth is not suppressing one side, but integrating it with its counterpart. A dog that is both cautious and curious, attached and independent, excitable and calm, will thrive in a way that no single trait could achieve alone. A shared journey of growth. Interestingly, the lessons dogs teach us about polarities often mirror our growth as humans. Just as we help our dogs balance their instincts, they reveal areas where we might need to balance ourselves. People who struggle with patience might notice their dog mirrors that same restlessness, teaching them to pause and breathe. A person who tends toward control may find that their dog flourishes when given the freedom to choose. Dogs invite us to embark on our journey of individuation, integrating our opposites as we guide them to integrate theirs. The partnership between humans and dogs becomes a dance, a mutual growth, reflection, and understanding process. Contemplation. Could the same principles that guide human growth apply to dogs? What if balancing polarities isn't just the key to unlocking your dog's potential, but a roadmap for your transformation? In the next chapter, we'll turn to nature itself for answers. From rivers to predator-prey dynamics, we'll explore how the natural world offers profound lessons on balance, and how these lessons can transform your approach to dog training. Chapter 3. Nature as a Mirror. Scout padded along the riverbank, her nose twitching at the sense of damp earth and rushing water. Emma watched as her once timid dog explored the unfamiliar terrain. Something about this setting felt natural, even to Scout. The gentle flow of the river seemed to calm her, while its quiet power reminded Emma of her dog's nature, sometimes bold, sometimes cautious, constantly adapting. If you've ever paused to observe nature, you've likely noticed the seamless interplay of opposites. A river rushes fiercely in some places, carving deep gorges into the land, yet it slows to a peaceful trickle elsewhere, nourishing life along its edges. This balance of energy and stillness isn't just beautiful, it's essential. Without movement, the river stagnates. Without stillness, it destroys. Your dog's behavior is no different. They, too, thrive in the dynamic balance between opposing forces. Nature offers a powerful lens through which to understand your dog. In this chapter, we'll explore how the natural world mirrors the polarities that shape your dog's emotional and behavioral makeup, and how these lessons can guide your training approach. Rivers, flow versus stillness. Rivers are a masterclass in balance. Their rushing currents shape the land, creating paths where none existed. Yet along the way, they form still pools where life can flourish. A river's power comes from its ability to adapt, shifting between energy and calm as needed. Your dog embodies this same dynamic. Consider their bursts of play, where energy flows like a rushing current, followed by moments of restful stillness as they nap beside you. Both states are essential. Without the excitement of play, your dog would lack engagement. Without rest, they would burn out. Training insight. When working with your dog, think like a river. Alternate between high-energy activities like fetch or tug and calming exercises like sit or down. This teaches your dog to transition between opposites, building adaptability and focus. Example, exercise. the flow and pause game. Engage your dog in a favorite high-energy game, e.g., fetch or chase. After a few minutes, pause and ask for a calming command like sit or down. Reward compliance, then resume play. Repeat, gradually increasing the duration of the pause phase. Predator-prey dynamics, boldness versus caution. The relationship between predator and prey is a delicate balance in the natural world. Predators rely on boldness to hunt successfully, while prey depends on caution to survive. Both instincts are vital, and they often coexist within the same animal. A predator must be cautious enough to avoid danger while stalking its prey, and prey must be bold enough to take risks for food or shelter. Your dog's behavior reflects this same tension. For example, a fearful dog might hesitate before approaching a new person, blending caution with curiosity. Similarly, a playful dog may exhibit boldness during games but remain wary of unfamiliar environments. Training insight. Use your dog's cautious or bold tendencies as a starting point. Gradually introduce situations that challenge them to balance these instincts. For instance, a cautious dog can build confidence through exposure to new experiences in controlled settings, while an overly bold dog can learn caution by practicing impulse control. Example: exercise, balancing fear and curiosity. Identify a mildly stressful situation for your dog, e.g., meeting a new person at a safe distance. Start far enough away that your dog shows curiosity rather than fear. Reward any calm or curious behavior, e.g., sniffing, soft body posture. Gradually decrease the distance over multiple sessions, allowing fear and curiosity to coexist and guide growth. Seasons, growth versus rest. Nature's cycles of growth and rest remind us that balance isn't static. It's dynamic. Spring and summer are times of energy and expansion, while fall and winter bring reflection and recovery. Without rest, growth would be unsustainable. Without growth, rest would become stagnation. Dogs, too, need cycles of effort and recovery. A training session full of new challenges should be followed by time to decompress and reflect. This rhythm allows your dog to process what they've learned and confidently approach future challenges. Training insight. Incorporate rest periods into your dog's daily routine, especially after mentally or physically demanding activities. These breaks are essential for emotional resilience and overall well-being. Example: exercise, the reset routine. Guide your dog to a quiet space after a training session or a long walk. Offer a calming activity, like a stuffed Kong or a snuffle mat. Encourage relaxation by sitting nearby without engaging in play or commands. Observe how your dog unwinds, noting signs of stress release, e.g., yawning, stretching. Lessons from nature for dog training. Nature's balance is never perfect. It's always adjusting. A river shifts its course after heavy rains. Animals adapt to changing food supplies. Your dog's behavior works the same way. Training isn't about achieving a fixed state of perfection. It's about guiding your dog toward harmony through constant, mindful adjustments. We can learn how to support our dog's natural rhythms by observing nature. The next time you see your dog's energy swing between opposites, think of the river, the predator and prey, or the changing seasons. These aren't contradictions to fix. They're clues to balance. Contemplation. What if your dog's natural rhythms are a roadmap to harmony? Could observing nature's balance teach us how to train our dogs and live alongside them with greater understanding? In the next part of the book, we'll explore practical tools and techniques for working with these opposites, from managing fear and curiosity to balancing excitement and calm. You'll discover how to create harmony in your dog's life and in your relationship with it. Part 2, Chapter 1, Real-Life Stories, The Canine Paradox in Action, Emma and Scout, Balancing Fear and Curiosity. Emma loved her daily walks with Scout, except when they crossed paths with strangers. Scout, a spirited Labrador mix, was the epitome of unpredictability. At the sight of a passerby, she would lunge forward, barking ferociously. Yet moments later, she'd wag her tail eagerly, stretching toward them as if seeking affection. To Emma, it felt like Scout couldn't decide whether she was terrified or thrilled. "I just don't understand her," Emma admitted during a dog training consultation. "She seems scared one moment and desperate for attention the next. What's going on?" Scout's behavior wasn't unusual. Like many dogs, she embodied the natural tension between fear and curiosity. Her lunging and barking were expressions of uncertainty, a way of keeping strangers at bay until she could assess whether they were a threat. But her tail wags and attempts to approach revealed another side, a curious dog eager to connect if only she felt safe enough. This was the canine paradox at work. Understanding Scout's fear and curiosity. Fear and curiosity are inseparable opposites, like two sides of the same coin, each shaping how we explore and interact with the world around us. Fear keeps animals safe from danger in the wild, while curiosity drives them to explore and adapt. For dogs like Scout, these instincts coexist, creating behaviors that can seem contradictory. Her fear caused her to bark and lunge to maintain distance, but her curiosity pulled her closer, searching for reassurance. Emma's initial response to Scout's lunging was to tighten the leash and pull her away. It was an understandable reaction, but it inadvertently reinforced Scout's fear. The tension in the leash signaled that strangers were something to worry about. Scout's barking and lunging escalated, as did Emma's frustration. Emma didn't realize that Scout needed her help to balance these opposing instincts. Instead of pulling Scout away from strangers, Emma could teach her to approach with caution, rewarding moments of calm curiosity. The goal wasn't to eliminate Scout's fear, but to integrate it with curiosity in a way that allowed her to feel safe. The training plan: balancing fear and curiosity. Emma's journey with Scout began with a simple shift in perspective. Instead of viewing Scout's behavior as a problem to fix, Emma started seeing it as an opportunity to guide her dog toward balance. Together, they worked on gradual exposure and positive reinforcement, two key techniques for integrating fear and curiosity. Step 1. Creating distance. The first step was to help Scout feel safe by keeping a comfortable distance from strangers. Emma learned to watch for signs of Scout's threshold, the point at which her fear began to take over. By staying far enough away, Scout could observe the stranger without feeling threatened. Step 2. Rewarding calm curiosity. Whenever Scout showed calm or curious behaviors, like sniffing the air and looking at the stranger without barking or wagging her tail, Emma rewarded her with a treat and a soothing voice. This taught Scout that calm curiosity led to positive outcomes. Step 3. Gradual decrease in distance. Over time, Emma slowly decreased the distance between Scout and strangers. They began with strangers across the street, then moved closer as Scout's confidence grew. Each successful interaction reinforced her ability to balance fear with curiosity. Step 4. Empowering Scout with choices. Emma also learned to give Scout some control over her interactions. If Scout chooses to move closer to a stranger, Emma encourages her. If Scout hesitates, Emma respects her decision and gives her time. Allowing Scout to make choices helped build her confidence and trust. The breakthrough moment. Emma and Scout were walking in a quiet park one sunny afternoon when a jogger approached. Emma immediately shortened the leash slightly, prepared to intervene if Scout reacted. To her surprise, Scout didn't bark or lunge. Instead, she paused, sniffed the air, and wagged her tail hesitantly. Encouraged, Emma softly praised her and offered a treat. The jogger slowed down, crouching safely and extending a hand. Scout hesitated, then took a cautious step forward. Scout calmly approached a stranger for the first time, her fear and curiosity balanced in harmony. Emma's eyes welled with tears as she realized how far they had come. "You did it, Scout," she whispered, scratching her behind the ears. But Emma knew it wasn't just Scout who had grown. By learning to see the world through Scout's eyes, Emma had become a more patient, understanding, and confident dog owner. Takeaway: the power of integration. Scout's story reminds us that fear and curiosity are natural parts of a dog's emotional world. Instead of suppressing one side, we can guide our dogs to balance these instincts, creating space for growth and confidence. If your dog, like Scout, struggles with fear and curiosity, consider this. What if their lunging and barking weren't signs of aggression, but of uncertainty? And what if your role is to help them find the courage to explore the world at their own pace? In the following story, we'll meet Kai and Luna, whose journey reveals how balancing attachment and independence can create a happier, more secure dog. Chapter 2. Kai and Luna, Balancing Attachment and Independence. Kai adored Luna, his sweet and affectionate Labrador. Luna was the picture of loyalty, always by Kai's side, her soulful brown eyes tracking his every move. But there was a downside to her devotion. Luna couldn't bear to be apart from Kai. If he left the room, she whined. If he stepped outside without her, she howled. Trips to the grocery store felt like emotional upheavals, with Luna pacing and barking until Kai returned. Kai felt torn. He loved Luna's attachment. It made their bond feel special, but her inability to cope with being alone was beginning to strain their relationship. Friends suggested leaving Luna to cry it out, but Kai knew this wasn't the solution. He wanted Luna to feel secure, whether he was there or not. What he didn't realize was that Luna's struggle wasn't unusual. She was caught in the Canine Paradox, deeply attached, yet desperately needed independence. The tug-of-war between attachment and independence. Dogs, like humans, have an innate need for connection and autonomy. Attachment fosters trust and emotional security, while independence allows a dog to explore the world and build confidence. When these two forces are in balance, a dog feels safe with their owner and on their own. However, when attachment overwhelms independence, as in Luna's case, a dog can experience separation, anxiety, stress, and destructive behaviors. Luna's behavior wasn't just a plea for attention, but a symptom of her unbalanced emotional world. She depended on Kai for her sense of safety. Without him, she felt lost. To help Luna thrive, Kai needed to guide her toward a healthier balance between attachment and independence. The training plan: building independence while preserving attachment. Kai's approach began with a commitment to support Luna's emotional needs without reinforcing her anxiety. Together, they worked on a gradual process of separation and positive reinforcement, helping Luna develop the confidence to be on her own. Step 1. Short, predictable separations. Kai started by leaving Luna for very brief periods, just a few seconds at a time. Before leaving, he gave her a special treat, like a stuffed Kong, to keep her occupied. He returned quickly and calmly without fanfare. Luna began associating Kai's departures with something enjoyable and learned that he always returned. Step 2. Gradual increase in duration. Once Luna was comfortable with short separations, Kai slowly increased the time he spent away. At first, he would leave the room for a minute, then 5 minutes, then 10. Each time, he ensured Luna had something positive to focus on, like a chew toy or a snuffle mat to make her solo time rewarding. Step 3. Practicing independence in Kai's presence. Kai also encouraged Luna to explore independence while he was home. He set up a cozy corner with her favorite toys and treats, gently guiding her there when she seemed overly clingy. Luna learned it was okay to relax alone, even with Kai nearby. Step 4. Maintaining attachment. To ensure Luna still felt connected, Kai included her in activities when possible, like quiet moments on the couch or walks in the park. This balance of shared and independent time helped Luna feel secure in both states. The breakthrough moment. One rainy afternoon, Kai decided to test Luna's progress. He set up her favorite stuffed Kong in her cozy corner and told her, "Be a good girl. I'll be back soon." He stepped outside and stood on the porch, peeking through the window. To his amazement, Luna didn't howl or pace. Instead, she settled into her corner, licking the Kong contentedly. Kai waited 5 minutes, then 10. When he returned, Luna greeted him with a wagging tail but no signs of distress. For the first time, she seemed genuinely at ease with being alone. It wasn't a perfect solution. There were still moments of regression, but it was a turning point that showed Kai how far they had come. The power of balance. Luna's journey highlights the importance of nurturing both attachment and independence. Dogs thrive on connection, but also need the freedom to feel secure in their own company. By guiding Luna toward this balance, Kai didn't just solve her separation anxiety, he deepened their bond in the process. The key for dog owners facing similar challenges is patience and gradual progress. Forced independence, like letting a dog cry it out, can exacerbate anxiety, while overindulgence can reinforce it. A balanced approach, supportive yet empowering, is the way forward. Takeaway: a mutual growth journey. Kai and Luna's story isn't just about building independence. It's about the mutual growth that occurs when we guide our dogs through their emotional challenges. As Kai learned to create space for Luna's independence, he also grew in his understanding of patience and trust. If your dog, like Luna, struggles with separation anxiety, ask yourself, what small steps can I take today to help them feel safe in their independence? The answer might be the start of their transformation, and yours. In the next chapter, we'll meet Marta and Zeus, whose journey teaches us how to balance excitement and calm, turning chaotic moments into opportunities for focus and connection. Chapter 3. Marta and Zeus, balancing excitement and calm. Zeus was a whirlwind wrapped in fur. When the doorbell rang, his excitement went into overdrive, barking, spinning, and jumping on anyone brave enough to enter. Marta, his owner, adored his enthusiasm, but dreaded the chaos it brought. She'd tried everything, from commanding him to sit to bribing him with treats, but nothing seemed to stick. Zeus's energy was unstoppable, and Marta felt like losing the battle. "Why can't he just calm down?" she asked during a training session. "He's so smart and sweet, but he can't control himself." Zeus's behavior wasn't unusual for an energetic, high-drive dog. His excitement was a sign of his eagerness to engage with the world, but it had become overwhelming without balance. Marta didn't realize that Zeus didn't need less excitement. He needed help managing it. By teaching him to transition between excitement and calm, Marta could unlock Zeus's potential and transform their chaotic moments into opportunities for connection. Understanding the balance between excitement and calm. Dogs like Zeus are full of energy, which can be both a blessing and a challenge. Excitement fuels play, engagement, and joy, but it can spiral into overstimulation or reactivity without calmness to temper it. Calmness, on the other hand, allows a dog to focus, rest, and recover, creating the stability needed for healthy interactions. For Zeus, the problem wasn't his excitement, but his inability to shift gears. Like a car stuck in overdrive, he couldn't slow down when the situation called for it. Marta's job was to teach him how to transition smoothly between excitement and calm, giving him the tools to regulate his energy. The training plan. Teaching transitions. Marta's approach with Zeus focused on helping him practice transitions, starting with manageable situations and gradually building up to more challenging ones. The goal was to channel Zeus's excitement into productive behaviors while reinforcing moments of calm. Step 1. Anticipating excitement triggers. The first step was identifying situations that consistently triggered Zeus's excitement, such as the doorbell ringing or guests arriving. Marta learned to anticipate these moments and prepared Zeus with a simple exercise to help him focus. Step 2. Creating a calm anchor. Marta introduced a calming command, place, which meant Zeus would go to his designated mat or bed and stay there until released. She started by practicing this command quietly and rewarding Zeus for staying calm on his mat. Step 3. Pairing excitement with calm. Next, Marta began pairing excitement triggers with the place command. For example, when the doorbell rang, she asked Zeus to go to his mat before opening the door. She rewarded him with treats or a favorite toy if he remained calm. Step 4. Gradual exposure to higher energy situations. Over time, Marta increased the difficulty of the exercises. She invited guests to participate, asking them to ignore Zeus until he was calm on his mat. When Zeus managed to stay calm, the guests rewarded him with gentle attention, reinforcing the connection between quiet behavior and positive outcomes. The breakthrough moment. One Saturday afternoon, Marta decided to put Zeus to the ultimate test. She invited a group of friends over for a small gathering. Usually, the sight of multiple guests would send Zeus into a frenzy, but this time was different. As the first guest arrived, Marta asked Zeus to go to his mat. He hesitated, his tail wagging furiously, but he obeyed. With each new arrival, Zeus returned to his mat, settling down as Marta calmly reinforced the behavior. By the time all the guests were seated, Zeus was lying quietly, his excitement channeled into focus. When Marta released him from his mat, Zeus approached each guest politely, his tail wagging with controlled enthusiasm. Marta felt like they were working as a team for the first time. The power of practicing transitions. Zeus's transformation wasn't about eliminating his excitement, but teaching him how to regulate it. By practicing transitions between excitement and calm, Marta gave Zeus the tools to thrive in high-energy situations without losing control. The process wasn't instant and there were setbacks, but each small success built a foundation for lasting change. For Marta, the experience was just as transformative. She learned that Zeus's energy wasn't something to fight against, but something to guide. She strengthened their bond by embracing his excitement and pairing it with calmness and turned chaos into connection. Takeaway: excitement as an opportunity. Zeus's story reminds us that excitement isn't a problem, it's an opportunity. Dogs with high energy have incredible potential when that energy is directed productively. By teaching your dog to balance excitement with calm, you're not just improving their behavior, you're creating a relationship built on trust and understanding. If your dog, like Zeus, struggles with overexcitement, ask yourself, what if their energy is a strength waiting to be channeled? With the right approach, you can help them find balance and unlock their full potential. In the next chapter, we'll dive into how familiar faces can help dogs navigate new environments as we meet Alex and Bella, whose journey highlights the importance of balancing comfort with exploration. Chapter 4. Alex and Bella, Balancing Comfort at Home and Anxiety in New Places. Bella was a social butterfly at home. She thrived on attention, happily greeting Alex's friends and settling comfortably among groups of people. But take her to a new environment, a park, a cafe, or even a friend's backyard, and she was a completely different dog. Her body tensed, her tail tucked, and she avoided people clinging to Alex's side. "I don't get it," Alex confided to a trainer. "She's so confident at home, but the moment we step out, she acts like she doesn't even know these people. How do I help her feel comfortable everywhere?" Bella's behavior was a classic example of the Canine Paradox. At home, she felt secure, allowing her social side to shine. But in unfamiliar settings, her confidence crumbled, leaving her anxious and uncertain. What Bella needed wasn't to become less social at home, but to generalize her comfort and confidence to new places. For this, Alex would rely on the 3 Ds: distance, distraction, and duration. Understanding Bella's anxieties. Bella's stark contrast between home and new environments wasn't unusual. Dogs often struggle to apply learned behaviors in unfamiliar settings, a phenomenon known as a lack of generalization. In Bella's case, the sights, smells, and sounds of new places overwhelmed her, making her forget the calm confidence she displayed at home. The solution lay in carefully managing the 3 Ds to bridge the gap between familiar and unfamiliar. By gradually adjusting the distance from stressors, controlling distractions, and increasing exposure duration in a controlled way, Alex could help Bella transfer her home-based confidence to new environments. The training plan. The 3 Ds in action. Alex's approach focused on slowly introducing Bella to new settings while keeping her within her comfort zone. Each step of the process built on Bella's successes, ensuring she felt safe and supported. Step 1. Distance. Alex started by keeping Bella at a distance from groups of people in new environments. For instance, they would sit on a park bench far from the main walking path. From this distance, Bella could observe without feeling overwhelmed. Step 2. Distraction. To help Bella focus and relax, Alex brought along high-value treats and a favorite toy. Whenever Bella remained calm, Alex rewarded her, reinforcing the idea that new places could be enjoyable. At first, Alex avoided heavily distracting areas, such as playgrounds or busy streets, choosing quiet parks instead. Step 3. Duration. Alex began with short visits to new places, just 5 to 10 minutes, and gradually increased the length of their outings as Bella grew more comfortable. Each session ended on a positive note, ensuring Bella associated the experience with success. Example: exercise, familiar faces, new places. One technique Alex used to help Bella generalize her confidence involved introducing familiar people in unfamiliar settings. Choose a semi-familiar location. Alex started with a friend's backyard, which was less intimidating than a public park, but still outside Bella's usual comfort zone. Invite familiar people. Alex invited a couple of Bella's favorite people, instructing them to sit quietly and let Bella approach on her terms. Reward. Calm behavior. Bella received treats and praise for any signs of calm curiosity, such as sniffing or wagging her tail. Gradually increase complexity. Over time, Alex introduced Bella to more dynamic environments, like a quiet park corner, with familiar faces present to help bridge the gap. The breakthrough moment. One sunny afternoon, Alex decided it was time to test Bella's progress. They went to a local cafe with outdoor seating, a previously too overwhelming setting for Bella. Alex arrived early to secure a quiet table, bringing Bella's favorite chew toy and treats. At first, Bella sat close to Alex, her ears flicking at every sound, but as time passed, she began to relax. When a familiar friend arrived and joined the table, Bella's tail wagged and she even ventured a cautious sniff. By the end of the outing, Bella was lying calmly at Alex's feet, her confidence bolstered by the familiar faces and Alex's support. The power of the 3 Ds. Bella's transformation didn't happen overnight, but the 3 Ds provided a clear, step-by-step path to success. By managing distance, distraction, and duration, Alex helped Bella build confidence in unfamiliar settings without overwhelming her. Each small victory reinforced Bella's ability to balance her natural caution with curiosity, extending her comfort zone one step at a time. For Alex, the process was just as rewarding. He learned to see the world from Bella's perspective, recognizing how new environments could feel intimidating. He discovered a deeper level of trust and connection by slowing down and working with Bella's pace. Takeaway: bridging the gap between familiar and new. Bella's story reminds us that dogs thrive when given the tools to bridge the gap between comfort and exploration. If your dog struggles with new environments, remember the 3 Ds. Distance. Start far enough away to keep them comfortable. Distraction. Use treats or toys to create positive associations. Duration. Keep sessions short and gradually increase exposure. You can help your dog generalize their confidence through patience and unwavering consistency, turning once intimidating settings into places of calm and joy. In the next chapter, we'll dive into practical frameworks for integrating these lessons into everyday life. From structured exercises to play-based techniques, you'll discover actionable ways to help your dog thrive in their polarities. Part 3. The Framework. Mastering the Art of Opposites. Balancing the paradoxes in your dog's behavior isn't about quick fixes or rigid methods. It's about creating growth opportunities, one step at a time. You can guide your dog toward harmony by observing their unique patterns, introducing challenges in a controlled way, and using tools like play and positive associations. This framework offers a practical approach to integrating opposites in a way that builds confidence, trust, and adaptability. Step 1. Observe the paradox. Before you can help your dog find balance, you need to understand their polarities. This starts with careful observation. Identify opposing behaviors. Take note of situations where your dog exhibits opposing tendencies. For example, are they bold and playful at home but timid in new environments? Do they greet guests with excitement but shy away from unfamiliar people at the park? Are they protective over toys but willing to share space with other dogs? These behaviors offer clues about the underlying emotions driving your dog's actions. Exercise. Behavioral journal. Goal. Identify patterns in your dog's behaviors to understand their emotional world better. Set up a journal. Create sections for different situations, e.g., home, park, guests. Record observations. Note your dog's reactions, body language, and triggers. Example: Bella stayed close to me at the park when strangers were nearby but relaxed when they moved farther away. Look for patterns. Identify recurring themes, such as fear in unfamiliar settings or excitement during play. This exercise helps you pinpoint where your dog's behaviors need balance and where you can focus your training efforts. Step 2. Create a safe space for exploration. Once you've identified the paradoxes, it's time to create an environment where your dog can safely explore their opposites. Exercise. The familiar faces, new places protocol. Goal. Build confidence in unfamiliar settings by leveraging familiar people and strategically working with the 3 Ds: distance, distraction, and duration. Distance. Begin in a quiet, semi-familiar location, keeping stressors at a safe distance. For example, start in a friend's backyard or a quiet corner of a park. Gradually reduce the distance as your dog shows signs of relaxation, such as sniffing or wagging their tail. Distraction. Start with minimal distractions to ensure your dog stays focused. Use high-value treats or a favorite toy to create positive associations. Gradually introduce mild distractions, like joggers or cyclists passing by as your dog builds confidence. Duration. Keep sessions short at first, no more than 5 to 10 minutes. Gradually increase the time spent in the new environment, always ending on a positive note. For example, leave when your dog is relaxed rather than waiting for them to become overwhelmed. Example progression. Stage 1. Interact with familiar people in a quiet backyard. Stage 2. Move to a park, maintaining distance from other people and dogs. Stage 3. Transition to a moderately busy cafe, allowing your dog to relax near familiar faces amidst mild distractions. Contemplation. Could balancing distance, distraction, and duration help your dog survive and thrive in unfamiliar places? Step 3. Integrate play into training. Play is a powerful tool for balancing opposites like excitement and calmness. Incorporating structured play into training teaches your dog how to transition between high energy and low energy states. Exercise. The freeze game. Goal. Teach your dog to switch between excitement and calm during play. Engage in a high-energy game like fetch or tug. After a few moments of intense play, pause and ask for a calming command like sit or down. Reward compliance with praise or a treat, then resume the game. Repeat, gradually increasing the duration of the pause phase. This game helps your dog practice self-regulation, making it easier for them to handle transitions in other areas of life. Step 4. Balance through gradual integration. When your dog struggles with behaviors like guarding resources, the goal isn't to suppress their instincts, but to reframe them through positive associations. Counter-conditioning. Associating abundance with guarded objects. Example. A dog that growls when approached near their food bowl can learn to associate proximity with abundance. Begin by approaching the food bowl from a safe distance and tossing a high-value treat into it. Repeat over several sessions, gradually decreasing the distance as your dog remains relaxed. Over time, your dog will associate your presence near their bowl with positive outcomes, reducing possessiveness and fostering trust. Contemplation. What if the key to reducing possessiveness is teaching your dog that sharing leads to more, not less? Conclusion. Guiding your dog toward balance. This framework is more than a set of techniques. It's a way of understanding and partnering with your dog. By observing their behaviors, creating safe opportunities for growth, and integrating play and positive associations, you can help your dog embrace their paradoxes and thrive in their unique way. In the next section, we'll explore how to use these principles in everyday life, turning ordinary moments into powerful opportunities for connection and growth. Part 4. Everyday Applications. Turning insights into action. Scout wasn't the only one learning. Emma saw the world through her dog's eyes in a way she never had before. The daily rhythms of life, morning greetings, afternoon walks, evening quiet, became moments of revelation. Each bark, wag, and pause held meaning. As Scout grew more confident, Emma realized that the art of opposites wasn't confined to structured training sessions. It was woven into the fabric of their everyday lives. Mastering the art of opposites is about noticing the subtle, ordinary ways your dog seeks balance. Every walk, meal, and game offers an opportunity to nurture harmony. This chapter explores how to transform the mundane into the extraordinary using observation, exploration, play, and a shift in perspective to help your dog thrive. Chapter 1. Applying observation to everyday life. Each morning, Scout greeted Emma with the same ritual, a stretch, a yawn, and a hopeful glance at her leash. But now, Emma paused to notice the details. Was Scout's tail wagging briskly, or was it more tentative? Did she leap into the day or linger near the door? These small moments offered a glimpse into Scout's emotional world. The power of awareness. Dogs, like rivers, are constantly flowing. Their emotions shift subtly throughout the day, often unnoticed in the routine rush. Observation is the key to understanding these shifts. You see patterns and growth opportunities by becoming aware of their body language, vocalizations, and behavior. Daily practice. Emma started with a simple routine. Morning check-in. How did Scout greet the day? Was she calm, energetic, or hesitant? Midday walks. How did Scout react to passing dogs or loud noises? Did she stiffen, bark, or glance and move on? Evening wind down. How easily did Scout settle after a busy day? This consistent attention revealed Scout's strengths and struggles, giving Emma a more straightforward path forward. Exercise. The behavior snapshot. Choose a regular activity, mealtime, walks, or playtime. Record behaviors. Emma kept a small notebook, jotting down observations. Barked when the neighbor's dog passed, but calmed after being redirected with a distraction. Look for progress. Over time, patterns emerged, showing how Scout's responses evolved with training. The journal became Emma's guidebook, a record of growth that deepened her connection with Scout. Chapter 2. Creating Safe Exploration Opportunities. On a breezy afternoon, Emma and Scout ventured to the park. Scout paused at the edge, her tail low, ears flicking nervously. Emma crouched beside her, letting her sniff the air. Slowly, they took a few steps forward, stopping before the bustling trail. This was their new ritual, exploration at Scout's pace, always within her comfort zone, building confidence in everyday settings. The world outside can be overwhelming, but it also offers endless growth opportunities. By managing the 3 Ds, distance, distraction, and duration, you create a safe space for your dog to build confidence. The daily walk reframed distance. Emma started with quieter paths where Scout could observe from a safe distance. Distraction. She carried Scout's favorite treats, redirecting her focus when needed. Duration. Short walks became stepping stones, growing longer as Scout's confidence blossomed. Exercise. Micro-exploration walks. Set a small goal. For Scout, it was calmly passing one barking dog. Reward success. Each calm step earned a treat and soft praise. Celebrate small wins. Every positive experience built Scout's confidence for the next challenge. When they left the park that day, Scout's tail wagged a little higher. Chapter 3. Integrating play into the routine. Back home, Scout bounded into the yard, tail whipping with joy. Emma grabbed the tennis ball and their game of fetch began. This time, though, there was a twist. After a few throws, Emma called out, "Sit!" Scout froze, her eyes on Emma. Slowly, she lowered herself, earning a treat in the next throw. Play is a training tool. Play is more than fun. It's a language of connection. For Emma and Scout, it became a way to practice balance. High-energy games like fetch turned into lessons in transitioning between excitement and calm. Daily play strategies, start and stop games, alternate between fetch and calm commands like sit or down. Interactive toys. Scout loved her puzzle toy, which channeled her energy into problem solving. Solo play. A treat-dispensing ball became Scout's favorite way to unwind independently. Exercise. Playtime transitions. Begin with a high-energy game like fetch. Pause periodically, asking for a calming behavior like down. Reward compliance with another throw or treat, reinforcing the balance between excitement and calm. Each game strengthened Scout's self-regulating ability, transforming play into a lesson in harmony. Chapter 4. Shifting Perspectives on Challenges. One evening, Emma prepared Scout's dinner. As she placed the bowl on the floor, Scout growled softly, her body tense. In the past, this might have frustrated Emma. Now she saw it differently. Scout's growl wasn't defiance. It was communication. Reframing behavioral issues. Behavioral challenges like barking, guarding, or reactivity are opportunities in disguise. They reveal your dog's needs, fears, and instincts, guiding you toward solutions rooted in understanding. Mindset shift, reactivity, a chance to build confidence through gradual exposure. Guarding, an opportunity to teach trust through counter-conditioning. Overexcitement, a platform for practicing self-regulation. Example, mealtime trust building. Emma approached the food bowl with a handful of Scout's favorite treats. Standing at a safe distance, she tossed one into the bowl. Scout's growl softened as she sniffed the air. Over time, Emma decreased the distance, teaching Scout that her presence near the bowl brought abundance, not a threat. Conclusion: the art of everyday connection. Emma sat beside Scout that evening and marveled at how far they'd come. The once anxious, excitable dog now rested calmly at her feet, their bond stronger than ever. Each moment, every walk, meal, and game had become a thread in the tapestry of their connection. By observing, exploring, playing, and reframing, Emma helped Scout embrace her paradoxes. Together, they'd learned that balance isn't about perfection. It's about growth, one step at a time. The journey wasn't over, it never would be. But Emma knew this. Every day held another chance to grow together. In the next section, we'll explore how to sustain these practices over the long term, ensuring the balance you've created continues to evolve as your dog grows and changes. Part 5. Sustaining Balance. The Long Journey Together. As Scout snoozed beside Emma on the couch, the day's successes replayed in her mind. From the tentative steps Scout had taken at the park to the moments of self-control during fetch, their progress felt like a dance, sometimes fluid, sometimes faltering, but always moving forward. Emma had come to understand that balance wasn't a destination. It was a journey that evolved as Scout grew, learned, and changed. This final part of the book is about sustaining the harmony you've built. It's about turning fleeting successes into lifelong habits and embracing the ever-changing nature of your dog's emotional and behavioral world. Chapter 1. The Evolution of Opposites. Dogs, like rivers, never stop flowing. Their behaviors shift, their emotions ebb and surge, and their needs evolve with time and experience. Just as the seasons change, so do their patterns of interaction with the world. The bold puppy who once barked at everything may grow into a senior who seeks quieter spaces. The excitable adolescent, bursting with energy, learns to find moments of stillness. For Emma, this meant understanding that the work she'd done with Scout wasn't over. It was simply entering a new phase. The evolution of opposites doesn't signify that past progress is undone. It reflects the natural dynamism of life. Each new phase allows one to adapt, deepen understanding, and forge an even stronger bond. Adapting to change. Over time, Scout's confidence flourished. The dog who once lunged at strangers now approached with calm curiosity. Walks at the park, once a minefield of triggers, became moments of exploration and joy. Yet as Scout grew more self-assured, new challenges surfaced. One spring afternoon, a sudden thunderstorm rolled in. The low rumble of thunder sent Scout into a spiral of fear, her tail tucked and body trembling. Emma was surprised. Scout had never reacted to storms before. Similarly, after a quiet winter with few visitors, Scout hesitated when friends returned, retreating to the corner rather than greeting them with her usual enthusiasm. These moments reminded Emma of an essential truth. Balance is dynamic. Progress doesn't mean perfection, it means growth in the face of change. Scout's paradoxes weren't obstacles, they were invitations to learn together. Daily reflection practice. Emma realized that staying attuned to Scout's evolving needs required regular reflection. By observing Scout's behaviors, Emma could anticipate challenges and respond thoughtfully. Each day became an opportunity to understand Scout better and adapt their routines. Step 1. The end-of-day review. Emma set aside a few moments each evening to reflect on Scout's day. She asked herself 2 simple questions. What did Scout do well today? What area needs attention or support? For example, success. Scout calmly watched a jogger pass during our walk. Challenge. Scout reacted to the sound of thunder in the evening. Step 2. Plan adjustments. Based on her observations, Emma made minor adjustments to Scout's routine. If thunder was a trigger, Emma introduced desensitization exercises by playing low-volume recordings of storms during playtime. If Scout hesitated with visitors, Emma invited friends over more frequently, allowing Scout to rebuild her confidence. By making these adjustments incrementally and consistently, Emma ensured that Scout never felt overwhelmed. Each small change became a building block for long-term growth, learning to embrace the flow. The key to adapting to Scout's changes was learning to embrace them. Emma realized that what initially seemed like setbacks were actually opportunities to deepen her bond with Scout. The sudden fear of thunder wasn't a failure. It was a new layer of Scout's emotional world waiting to be understood. Emma remembered the river analogy she'd once read. A river doesn't flow in a straight line. It curves, meanders, and occasionally overflows its banks. These shifts aren't imperfections, but part of the river's natural rhythm. In the same way, Scout's changes were part of her journey, moments of growth. Emma and Scout sat together one evening on the living room floor during a summer storm. The thunder rumbled softly in the distance, but Scout didn't tremble this time. Instead, she lay beside Emma. Her body relaxed as Emma fed her treats and stroked her fur. The desensitization exercises worked, but more than that, Scout trusted Emma to guide her through the discomfort. Another moment came in autumn when friends visited for dinner. Scout approached cautiously at first, but with gentle encouragement, lay at their feet as they talked. Emma watched as her once hesitant dog found her place in the room, a quiet confidence shining through. The gift of growth. Emma realized that adapting to Scout's changes wasn't just about Scout, but also about her. Each new phase taught Emma patience, empathy, and staying present. Emma discovered the joy of growing alongside her dog by meeting Scout where she was, embracing the imperfections that made their journey unique. The evolution of opposites is ongoing. Just as rivers never truly stop flowing, Your relationship with your dog continues to deepen, shift, and transform. Every change, no matter how small, is a chance to strengthen your connection. As Emma reflected on her journey with Scout, one thought stayed with her. Growth isn't a straight line, but it's always moving forward. Let the river flow. Bottom of form. Chapter 2. Deepening the bond. Scout's brown eyes followed Emma everywhere, her quiet presence a constant reminder of their growing connection. Their bond wasn't just built in grand moments of transformation, it was shaped in the smaller, quieter rituals of everyday life. These rituals, Emma realized, were the foundation of Scout's sense of safety and trust. With each passing season, their partnership deepened, moving beyond the mechanics of training into something richer and more profound. Dogs are masters of the present moment. They don't dwell on yesterday's mistakes or fret over tomorrow's challenges. For Emma, every interaction with Scout was a chance to strengthen their bond, whether during a walk, a shared game, or simply sitting together in silence. The more Emma leaned into these moments, the more she understood that true connection with Scout came not from commands, but from consistency, trust, and shared joy. The power of rituals. Rituals became the threads that wove Emma and Scout's days together. These familiar patterns gave Scout a sense of predictability, grounding her in calm moments even when the outside world felt unpredictable. Morning routines. Each morning began with Scout's signature stretch, front paws extended, tail high, and a deep, satisfying yawn. Emma matched her energy, greeting her with soft words and a slow start to the day. Together, they eased into their morning walk, setting the tone for calm exploration. The quiet rhythm of their mornings created a foundation of trust and balance that carried them through the day. Shared quiet time. Evenings became a sacred ritual for Emma and Scout. After dinner, they would sit together on the porch, Scout resting her head on Emma's lap as the breeze rustled the leaves. These moments required nothing but presence. Emma often marveled at how Scout seemed to breathe in the world, every sound, scent, and subtle shift in the air. It was in these still moments that Emma felt closest to Scout, their connection unspoken but undeniable. Celebrations of growth. Emma learned to celebrate Scout's victories no matter how small. When Scout bravely approached a new person or calmly weathered a thunderstorm, Emma marked the moment with an extra treat or an extended play session. These celebrations weren't just for Scout. They reminded Emma of the progress they had made together, reinforcing her commitment to their journey. Moments that strengthen connection. Emma began to notice that the bond between her and Scout wasn't just about what they did, it was about how they did it. The smallest gestures held the most meaning. The way Emma slowed her pace to match Scout's when she hesitated at a new trail. The way Scout leaned against Emma during a thunderstorm, seeking comfort in her presence. The quiet exchange of glances during play, a moment of shared understanding. These moments weren't scripted. They arose naturally from their deepening trust. Emma began to see their bond as a living, breathing thing that grew stronger with every act of care and connection, building a language of trust. Emma realized that her relationship with Scout was built on a language beyond words. Every touch, every tone of voice, every shared moment conveyed something deeper. By responding to Scout's needs empathetically and consistently, Emma created a sense of security that allowed Scout to thrive. How rituals create trust. Predictability reduces anxiety. Scout knew what to expect each morning during walks and before bed. This routine gave her a sense of control, reducing her stress in other areas of life. Consistency builds confidence. Whether celebrating successes or guiding Scout through challenges, Emma's steady approach helped Scout feel safe and supported. Joy strengthens bonds. Play sessions, quiet time, and shared adventures became opportunities for Scout to associate Emma with happiness and connection. The gift of presence. One evening, as they sat on the porch, Emma watched Scout lift her head to sniff the air, her ears perked toward a distant sound. For a moment, Emma tried to hear what Scout was hearing, to see the world as she saw it. In that instant, Emma understood that their bond wasn't just about teaching Scout to navigate the world. It was about learning to navigate it together. Scout had taught Emma to be present, to find joy in the ordinary, and to approach challenges with patience and curiosity. Their rituals weren't just routines, they were acts of love, moments where they met each other halfway. The bond they shared wasn't static, it grew deeper with every shared sunrise, quiet evening, and step forward. The foundation of forever. Emma realized that rituals were the foundation of something timeless. They provided Scout with a sense of safety and gave Emma the space to connect with her dog on a deeper level. Their bond was no longer just about training, it was a partnership, a dance of mutual trust and understanding. As the seasons continued to change, so did Scout and Emma. But no matter what challenges lay ahead, their rituals would remain, a constant thread in their lives' fabric. For Emma, the power of these moments was clear. Connection wasn't about grand gestures. It was about showing up, day after day in small but meaningful ways. It was about leaning into the ordinary and finding something extraordinary in return. Chapter 3. The Role of Play in Building Balance. Scout streaked across the yard, her legs a blur of energy. The tennis ball Emma had just thrown bounced erratically, and Scout was in full pursuit, her tail wagging like a metronome, set to joy. But just as Scout reached the ball, Emma called out, "Sit!" For a split second, Scout froze, her mind catching up with her body. Then she plopped into a perfect sit, her eyes locked on Emma. "Good girl," Emma praised, tossing the ball again as Scout bolted forward, ready for the next round. In that moment, Emma realized the power of play. Play wasn't just a way to burn off Scout's energy, it was a language of connection, a tool for teaching balance. Through structured games, Emma found that she could help Scout transition seamlessly between excitement and calm, a skill that extended far beyond the yard. The transformative power of play. Play is one of the most natural and effective ways to teach dogs about opposites. In the wild, play serves as practice for survival. Puppies learn to pounce, chase, and wrestle, balancing their energy with moments of stillness as they gauge their surroundings. For Scout, play became a way to learn self-regulation, turning her boundless energy into a tool for focus and growth. Play as a training tool. Play allowed Emma to guide Scout through her polarities, like excitement and calm, boldness and caution. Through intentional games, Emma could teach Scout to manage high energy. Scout learned to channel her excitement into controlled actions by incorporating pauses and commands into active games. Build confidence. Structured play helped Scout feel more comfortable in new environments, as games created positive associations. Strengthen their bond. Play wasn't just a tool, it was a shared language, a way for Emma and Scout to connect and understand each other. Start and stop games, teaching transitions. Emma's favorite way to integrate balance into play was through start and stop games. Fetch, for example, became a lesson in self-regulation. Scout's excitement soared as she chased the ball, but each time Emma called for a pause, sit or down, Scout had to refocus, calming herself before the game continued. Exercise. The freeze game. Start with high energy. Begin with an engaging game like fetch or tug. Let your dog fully immerse themselves in the excitement. Introduce a pause command. After a few moments of intense play, give a calming command, such as sit or down. Reward and resume. Praise and reward your dog for complying, then immediately resume the game. Gradually increase duration. Over time, lengthen the pause before resuming play, helping your dog build patience and focus. Scout's quick transitions between excitement and calm became second nature, and Emma noticed the difference in other areas of their lives. Walks became smoother, greetings less chaotic, and Scout's ability to adapt improved. Interactive play. problem-solving, and independence. Beyond games like fetch, Emma introduced toys that challenged Scout to think and engage independently. Puzzle toys, snuffle mats, and treat-dispensing balls became Scout's favorite downtime activities, teaching her patience and problem-solving while giving Emma a break from constant engagement. The role of solo play. Solo play wasn't about separation but building Scout's independence and confidence. By encouraging her to engage with toys independently, Emma helped Scout learn that being alone didn't mean being bored or anxious. It also created a sense of accomplishment for Scout, reinforcing her ability to handle challenges. The joy of spontaneous play. Not all play needed structure. Some of Emma and Scout's most meaningful moments came from unplanned bursts of joy, running through the rain, chasing each other around the yard, or flopping on the grass after a game of tag. These moments reminded Emma that play wasn't just about training, but about connection. The emotional bond in play. Shared laughter. Emma often found herself laughing at Scout's antics, and Scout seemed to respond, her tail wagging faster when Emma smiled. Mutual relaxation. After an intense game, Scout would curl up beside Emma, both of them basking in the calm that followed the storm. These moments of spontaneous play reinforced their trust, showing Scout that their bond extended beyond commands and rewards. It was rooted in shared joy. Building balance through play. Emma began to see play as more than a way to teach balance. It was balance. The interplay of high energy and calm, structure and spontaneity, independence and connection mirrored the very opposites they had been working to integrate. Moments of growth through play. One crisp autumn afternoon, Emma and Scout visited a new park. It was bustling with families, joggers, and other dogs, a place that would have once overwhelmed Scout. But instead of reacting, Scout focused on Emma, her eyes alight with anticipation. Emma tossed the ball and Scout darted after it, easily weaving around distractions. When Emma called for a pause, Scout stopped mid-chase, turning to sit and wait. The sight filled Emma with pride, not just because of Scout's obedience, but because of the joy and trust that had brought them to this moment. The art of playful connection. For Emma, the lessons learned in the yard translated into every part of her life with Scout. Play had become their shared language, a way to teach, learn, and enjoy each other's company. Whether through structured games or spontaneous bursts of joy, play reminded Emma of the beauty in Scout's paradoxes, her energy, calm, independence, and connection. Through play, Emma and Scout found not just balance, but something more profound, a partnership rooted in trust, understanding, and joy. And as they shared one last game of fetch before sunset, Emma knew that every throw, every pause, every wagging tail was a step forward in their endless journey together. Chapter 4. Shifting Perspectives on Challenges. Scout's low growl was almost imperceptible as Emma placed her food bowl on the floor. In the past, the sound might have sparked frustration or worry, but Emma had learned to listen to these signals differently. Scout wasn't defying her. She was communicating. The growl, a soft warning, was an expression of uncertainty, not aggression. For Emma, it was an opportunity to teach Scout that trust could replace fear and abundance could overcome guarding instincts. Emma realized that challenges weren't roadblocks. They were bridges. They revealed Scout's vulnerabilities and strengths, inviting Emma to respond with patience and creativity. Each difficulty was a window into Scout's world, a way to deepen their connection by meeting her where she was and guiding her to where she could be. Reframing behavioral challenges. The behaviors that frustrated Emma early on, barking, reactivity, guarding, were now reframed as opportunities for growth. Scout's actions weren't problems, they were messages. Reactivity was a cry for confidence. Guarding was a plea for security. Overexcitement was a surplus of enthusiasm waiting to be channeled. The mindset shift. Emma adopted a new perspective on challenges. Reactivity, a chance to practice gradual exposure and build confidence in Scout's ability to navigate the world. Guarding, an opportunity to teach Scout that sharing leads to abundance and safety, not loss. Overexcitement, a moment to reinforce self-regulation and focus. Each challenge became a puzzle to solve, with Scout's growth as the reward. The role of trust in overcoming challenges. Emma knew that solving these challenges required Scout to trust her fully. Trust wasn't something she could demand, it was something she had to earn, moment by moment. By understanding Scout's fears, Emma showed her that she was a safe and reliable guide. Example, mealtime trust building. Scout's food guarding was a behavior Emma once found daunting, but now it was an opportunity to build trust. Creating positive associations, Emma started by approaching Scout's food bowl from a safe distance and tossing high-value treats toward it. This showed Scout that her presence near the bowl brought something positive. Reducing tension. Gradually, Emma reduced the distance over time, always observing Scout's body language for signs of comfort or stress. Celebrating progress. The day Scout wagged her tail instead of growling as Emma approached was a quiet triumph, proof of the trust they had built together. Small adjustments, big changes. Emma found that overcoming challenges didn't require grand gestures. Small, consistent adjustments made all the difference. When Scout barked at the sound of the neighbor's dog, Emma didn't shush her or pull her away. Instead, she calmly redirected Scout's attention with a treat, rewarding her for quiet moments. Gradually, Scout learned to stay calm even when the barking continued. Emma began to see every challenge as an opportunity to guide Scout toward balance. With each small success, Scout's confidence grew, and so did Emma's. The power of patience. Emma and Scout sat by the window one rainy afternoon, watching droplets streak down the glass. A sudden clap of thunder startled Scout, who pressed close to Emma, her body trembling. Emma didn't scold or force Scout to stay put. Instead, she spoke softly, offering treats as the storm continued. Scout's shaking slowed, her trust in Emma outweighing her fear of the noise. This patience became a cornerstone of Emma's approach. She learned that progress was rarely linear. Some days, Scout took leaps forward. On others, she seemed to step back. But with patience, Emma saw the bigger picture, a steady arc of growth guided by trust and understanding. Moments of transformation. Scout's transformation didn't come all at once. It arrived in small, quiet moments. The first time, she calmly watched a jogger pass without barking. The day she welcomed a visitor into their home without hesitation. The evening she rested at Emma's feet during a thunderstorm, her fear replaced by quiet confidence. These milestones reminded Emma that growth is a series of moments, not a single event. Each challenge overcome was a step closer to harmony, a deeper understanding of their partnership, embracing imperfection. For Emma, one of the most profound lessons was learning to embrace imperfection. Scout wasn't a perfect dog and Emma wasn't a perfect trainer, but their journey together wasn't about perfection. It was about progress. Each stumble was an opportunity to try again, learn, and grow. Emma began to see Scout's quirks not as flaws, but as the beautiful complexities that made her who she was. In embracing Scout's imperfections, Emma found herself letting go of her own need to be perfect. Together, they were learning to thrive in the messiness of life. Challenges as opportunities. As Emma reflected on their journey, she realized that every challenge Scout presented had strengthened their bond. The barking, the guarding, the fear, they had all been invitations to understand Scout more deeply and to grow alongside her. Emma smiled as she watched Scout sleep, her paws twitching in a dream. The dog who had once been a bundle of contradictions was now a picture of balance. Not perfect, but perfectly herself. Emma knew challenges would continue to arise, but they no longer felt daunting. They felt like opportunities to connect, guide, and grow. With each challenge, Emma and Scout would face them together, one step at a time. In their partnership, there was no such thing as failure, only learning, growth, and the endless joy of moving forward. Part 5. Sustaining Balance, the Long Journey Together. Scout stretched lazily in a patch of sunlight, breathing soft and steady. Emma sat nearby, flipping through her journal, a record of their journey together. The pages were filled with notes on progress and setbacks, observations and adjustments. But more than anything, they were a testament to the deep connection that had grown between them. Emma had come to realize that balance wasn't a final destination. It was an evolving dance, one that required presence, patience, and a willingness to adapt. This chapter is about sustaining the harmony you've built with your dog. It's about recognizing that growth is ongoing, challenges are inevitable, and the bond you've created will carry you through. The art of opposites isn't something you master once. It's a lifelong practice, rooted in understanding and connection. Chapter 1. The Evolution of Growth. Riding the Waves of Change. Scout had come a long way. The dog who once barked at strangers now approached them with quiet curiosity. The once timid walker now explored new trails with confidence. But as Scout grew, so did her needs. A sudden change in routine, a new neighbor, a different park, a seasonal storm could stir up new challenges. Emma understood now that these moments weren't setbacks but part of the natural ebb and flow of growth. Emma learned to embrace change, to see it as an opportunity rather than a disruption. When Scout hesitated in a new situation, Emma didn't push. She waited, observing, letting Scout take the lead. When Scout found her footing again, Emma celebrated, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, was a victory. Practical strategies for ongoing growth. Daily reflection. Emma noted one success and one area to work on each evening, keeping her attuned to Scout's evolving needs. Revisit basics. When new challenges arose, Emma returned to familiar exercises, reinforcing foundational skills that Scout could rely on. Celebrate small wins. Progress wasn't always dramatic, but Emma learned to find joy in the little moments, a calm reaction, a playful wag, a quiet sit. Chapter 2. Strengthening the Bond Over Time. The Role of Rituals. Emma and Scout's quiet rituals became the anchor of their relationship. Morning walks, evening snuggles, and spontaneous play sessions weren't just routines. They were expressions of trust and love. One of Emma's favorite rituals was their evening settling down. After a busy day, she and Scout would sit together on the porch, watching the stars emerge. Scout's head would rest on Emma's lap, her body warm and relaxed. In those moments, words weren't necessary. The bond between them spoke louder than anything Emma could say, keeping the connection fresh. To keep their bond strong, Emma introduced new activities that enriched their partnership. Adventure days, exploring new trails or parks together, kept Scout engaged and curious. Shared challenges, teaching Scout new tricks or games, strengthened their teamwork. Quiet moments. Sitting together in stillness reminded Emma of the power of simply being present. Chapter 3. The Power of Community. Finding Strength and Support. Emma discovered that building balance wasn't something she had to do alone. Joining a local dog training group introduced her to a network of people who shared her goals and challenges. Scout, too, benefited from the socialization, learning to navigate interactions with other dogs in a safe and structured environment. Through community, Emma found encouragement. Celebrating progress with others made every milestone sweeter. New ideas. Watching others work through similar challenges inspired Emma to try new approaches. Accountability. Regular group sessions kept Emma and Scout on track. Scout's progress wasn't just a testament to their bond, it reflected the supportive network they had built. Chapter 4. Embracing Imperfection. Learning to let go. One of Emma's hardest lessons was letting go of perfection. There were still days when Scout barked at a passing dog or hesitated at a new park. But Emma no longer saw these moments as failures. Instead, she viewed them as reminders that growth is a journey, not a straight line. Scout wasn't perfect, and neither was Emma. But together, they built something more meaningful. A partnership rooted in trust, understanding, and mutual respect. Practical mindset shifts. Focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate how far you've come, even if challenges remain. Embrace the journey. Each step, whether forward or backward, is an opportunity to learn. Find joy in the present. Remember that the small moments, shared smiles, quiet walks, playful games, matter most. The journey continues. As the seasons changed, so did Scout and Emma. The boldness Scout displayed in the backyard began to show itself on trails. Her curiosity about strangers grew into quiet confidence. And Emma, once frustrated by Scout's contradictions, now saw them as gifts, glimpses into the complexity of her dog's emotional world. Emma and Scout returned from a walk on a crisp autumn evening, their steps in sync. Scout's tail wagged gently and her body relaxed. As they sat together on the porch, Emma felt a wave of gratitude. The journey they had shared wasn't perfect, but it was theirs, and it was beautiful. Emma realized that the art of opposites wasn't about fixing Scout or achieving some ideal state. It was about growing together, adapting to change, and finding joy in the unexpected. Their bond wasn't static. It was alive, evolving with every step, every wag, and every quiet moment of connection. Conclusion: a partnership for life. Scout rested her head on Emma's knee, her eyes half closed in contentment. Emma smiled, running her hand through Scout's soft fur. This wasn't the end of their story. It was just one chapter in an ongoing narrative filled with challenges, triumphs, and the quiet magic of connection. The art of opposites is a journey, not a destination. As you walk that path with your dog, remember, every moment, every bark, every wag, every step is an opportunity to deepen your bond. Together, you'll navigate the ebb and flow of growth, finding balance in the beautiful dance of life. Your story is unique, and it's yours to write. What will your next chapter hold?